It began with a storm so fierce it seemed the sky itself was breaking apart. Lightning tore across the Swedish countryside like veins of fire. And thunder rolled over the cliffs of Monsteras like the voice of God. Rain came crashing down sheets so thick that the world turned to mist. And there, caught in the middle of it all, stood a young man named Carl Boberg, a poet, a pastor, a soul searching for meaning in a storm. He covered his head, running for shelter, his clothes drenched. But even through the chaos, something inside him still. Because in that storm, Carl didn't just hear thunder. He heard a symphony, each crash of lightning a note, each gust of wind a verse, each flash of light a glimpse of something divine. And then silence. The storm passed as quickly as it came. The air fresh, the sun returning. Birds began to sing again, timidly at first, then in full, glorious chorus. Carl stood still, breathless, and in that sacred stillness, the words came to him. Not as a song, but as a revelation. O Lord, my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made. He felt his knees on that wet earth, trembling, because for the first time, he truly saw the storm was not destruction. It was creation speaking loud enough to shake a man awake. Music, soft piano theme enters. That single encounter, one storm, one spark of wonder, would ignite one of the greatest hymns in human history. Carl Boberg went home that day, still trembling. He wrote down his thoughts, simple, unassuming, in Swedish verse. He titled it, O Store Good, O Great God, but he never imagined what would come next. For years, it lay quiet passed from one village to another. Sung in small churches, whispered by farmers at sunset. But like the wind that once carried the storm, the song began to travel farther and farther still. It crossed seas. It found new tongues, first in German, then in Russian, and finally in English, translated by missionaries who felt heaven itself in its words. When it reached English shores, it was reborn as How Great Thou Art. And suddenly it wasn't just a hymn. It was a movement, from the echoing halls of cathedrals to the quiet corners of prison cells, from royal ceremonies to lonely hospital rooms. This song became a bridge between man and God. During the dark days of World War II, soldiers in muddy trenches hummed it to remind themselves that the world, though torn, still had beauty. In the 1950s, it became a rallying cry of revival. When George Beverly Shea sang it during Billy Graham's Crusades, thousands wept, entire stadiums lifted their voices in unison, declaring not despair, but awe. And somewhere, in the quiet of heaven, you can almost imagine Carl Boberg smiling. The storm he feared had become a flood of faith. But this hymn is more than a melody. It is a mirror, because every soul who sings it finds their own story inside its verses. When a farmer lifts his eyes to the morning sky, when a mother whispers it through tears beside her child's hospital bed, when a man in despair hears it on the radio and chooses to live one more day, it's the same song, the same wonder, the same God who spoke in a storm that day in Sweden. Maybe that's why How Great Thou Art endures, because it's not a song about faith. It's a song that awakens faith. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. Those words, they're more than lyrics. They're a conversation between heaven and earth, a human cry meeting divine response. Every time it's sung, something eternal happens. An invisible thread connects all who've ever lifted that line. From the thunderstruck poet in 1885 to the worshiper singing it today through tears. And when all those voices meet across time, across nations, it's as if creation itself rises to sing, "How great thou art!" And then the echoes fade. The storm is gone. The world falls quiet again. But somewhere someone begins to sing. A grandmother in a small wooden chapel, her frail voice steady but sure. A child learning the melody for the very first time, his face glowing with wonder. A soldier kneeling far from home, whispering the words like a prayer. Different faces, different stories, same song, each voice becoming one choir across time. A harmony that spans centuries and continents. Every tongue, every nation, every soul, singing the same truth Carl once heard in the rain. O Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made. Mountains rise, oceans roar, hearts tremble, souls lift. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art! Maybe this isn't just a hymn. Maybe it's God's reminder that the storm never has the final word. Because when creation sings, heaven still listens. And when your soul sings, he listens to you too. The storm may have passed, but the song still echoes. If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Hymns Unveiled. Join thousands rediscovering the power, the pain, and the beauty behind the world's greatest hymns. Because these aren't just songs, they're testimonies, stories that remind us that faith still rises, hope still sings, and heaven still listens. Every hymn we tell is a bridge between generations, between sorrow and praise, between earth and eternity. So stay with us. Let every story awaken something sacred within you. Let every note draw you closer to the heart of God. Dizzy new episodes every week. Real stories, real faith, and the music that never dies. If this story stirred your soul, Sparkling Hearts share it with someone who needs to be reminded that even after the storm, the song still remains. But the echo doesn't end here. It begins again with you. Every time you subscribe, every time you comment, every time you share these stories, you keep the music alive. You become part of a growing family. This is Hymns Unveiled, where faith finds its voice and the world listens. So if this story touched your soul, subscribe to Hymns Unveiled. For more untold stories behind the hymns you love, leave a comment below. Tell us what this hymn means to you, and share this video with a friend, because somewhere, someone is waiting for a reminder that hope still sings.